Yeah, I wrote a book about Basquiat called Radiant Child, the story of the young artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was somebody like I was in college when he um, I guess he was already famous at that point in time. You know, like going maybe like from I started seeing his work maybe in high school and then going into college. And like I just the thing that struck me about his work is, you know, like just growing up, you know, I would play Skelzies, I collected comic books, you know, I was a young black male, dealing with, you know, all of the different things that young black males have to deal with growing up in the United States. And I saw that in his artwork, you know. I saw the Skelzy boards, I saw the comic books, I saw, you know, him speaking out about police brutality and other types of racism. You know, I saw the jazz music and his artwork, and um, you know, like his life was reflecting my life, and he was, you know, a presence in the art world. You know, he wasn't someone who was just relegated to the side, even though that they tried to push him to the side. And you know, definitely when I was doing research for the book, you know, there was a lot of people saying a lot of disparaging things about him, um, and trying to downplay his genius. You know, they they would do anything but actually give him credit for the talent that he had. Um, and so, you know, like I started seeing, like I had this love for Jean-Michel Basquiat, and then, you know, doing the research and seeing how he was being talked about, but, you know, like actually sitting in front of there was this one piece. It was called it's called the jawbone of an ass, and in this particular piece, you see his knowledge of history because he talks about basically um, for centuries Europe has had this um, really antagonistic relationship with North Africa. You know, like the name Africa is actually that um, that's a Roman name of one of their generals. His last name was Africanus, and so he was kind of the guy that kind of, in terms of the battle between Africa and Europe, he kind of was the one that won the battle for him. So basically, they named the continent after him. But you know, like there has been this long battle, you know, between Egypt and Greece and Rome, and he details, you know, that battle, and he gives like names and dates of battles, of generals, um, of different people that were, um, you know, important to highlight. You know, the people that he likes, he gives crowns, um, and the people that he doesn't like, he crosses out their names. And you know, he's giving you a historical perspective, and the name the jawbone of an ass refers to a story in the Bible about Samson, and in this particular story about Samson, Samson with the jawbone of a donkey, he defeats 1,000 Philistines, and you know, no sword, no shield, you know, nothing, no armor. He just has his jawbone. And so, you know, like this is a story. This painting is a story about like just battling and fighting, you know, to protect yourself, to protect your own, to use your power in certain ways. And so he has the references to the history, he has the references to the Bible, and then he has the symbolism of the crown and the thinker, and you know, name Rodin thinker, so you understand he has knowledge of our history, and um, then he also has Bullwinkle in it, which is kind of funny. Um, but Bullwinkle, if you know anything about the Bullwinkle cartoon, Bullwinkle goes through life not worrying about anything. He's like totally zen, and basically, um, whatever Natasha and Boris does to him comes directly back to them, right? Like anytime they try to blow him up, they are the ones almost instantaneously getting blown up by the stick of dynamite. If they try to drown him, you know, they get drowned. If they try to drop him out of an airplane, the airplane that they're in falls and Bullwinkle just kind of floats away. And so, like, through this cartoon, he's speaking about ideas of karma. And so, like, when you take all of the different elements of the painting and you put them together and you read them like a sentence or like a paragraph, um, you like how do you not give a person credit for you know, something, a painting that can talk about so much and reference so many different aspects of the world and culture in a painting, and how can you say that, you know, like this person is undisciplined, this person is you know, not intelligent? Like how can you not give them credit? And the only reason you cannot give somebody credit is if you're doing it on purpose. um so just seeing that in the beauty and the intelligence of his artwork, and then also seeing that in how people um, portrayed Jean-Michel Basquiat, inspired me to want to write about him. Just because another story that I had is that, you know, like this one young lady came to me, and after I published the book, and she was like, you know, I saw Basquiat the movie, and you know, he was a black artist just like me, and I wanted to learn more about him. And then as I did more research, all I kept on getting was like negative and negative and negative. And you know, the fact that you know, portrayed him as a human was really important for me, and really inspired me. So, you know, even though the internet isn't like the formal advertising world, even though, you know, magazine articles are not the formal advertising world, the fact that you have all of these people saying something negative, it's a campaign, you know, especially when they're pushing an agenda that's not about the truth. You know, it's a smear campaign. And so, you know, just the power of children's books is that you're able to, you know, speak to children, and you're able to say, hey, you know, because children are trying to figure out how the world works, and you're able to say, hey, you know, this is one of the ways that the world works. So, you know, um, there might be a lot of negativity right here, but there's some positivity right here. You know, there's some truth right here, even though not everyone's saying it, but this is actually, you know, what's true and what's important. Um, so yeah, when I decide to do a book, I think about subjects that are close to my heart, and I think about what's important to me. And you know, like if I have a child, what would I want to say to my child? What would I want to say to my child about the world and what's important in the world? And so I just think about those things.